vocabulary phrasal verbs. طلاب phrasal verbs means الفعل أو الجملة الفعلية مع الصلة. إن شاء الله هسه راح أفهمكم إياها. There are many examples of phrasal verbs. For example, I came across. تلاحظون هاي كلمتين. هاي يسموها phrasal verb لأن بيها فعل. Came across. It's exciting to end up. End up. هذا phrasal verb in different cities. Some phrasal verbs are literal and some are idiomatic. Some phrasal verbs are literal يعني بعض phrasal verbs literal حرفية and some are idiomatic وبعضها idiomatic. idiomatic يعني مجازي أو اصطلاحي. ف some are literal حرفي and some are idiomatic مجازي أو اصطلاحي مصطلح. Literal, these are examples of this is an example of literal and this is an example of an idiomatic phrasal verb. Literal, two kinds of phrasal verbs, literal and idiomatic, حرفي ومجازي. For example of literal, a literal phrasal verb. She looked out of the window at the sunset. She looked out of the window at the sunset. لاحظوا هاي looked out, it is a literal phrasal verb. يعني شنو؟ looked out هي حرفيا هي دا تنظر من الشباك على لغروب الشمس. دا تنظر يعني المعنى صحيح هنا حرفي. المعنى حرفي. literal. She looked out. هي صحيح دا تنظر فإذا المعنى هنا حرفي. She looked out of the window at the sunset. An idiomatic phrasal verb. This is an example. Look out. That dog's going to bite you. مو معناها هي هنا دا ينظر. لا look out. تعبير مجازي هذا. look out. تلاحظون هاي اثنيناتها نفس الشيء. هنا looked out هنا look out. لكن هنا اجى المعنى حرفي. حرفيا هي دا تنظر من الشباك لغروب الشمس. لكن هي بالإديوماتيك look out فالتعبير مجازي. That dog's going to bite you يعني دا يحذر. look out دير بالك. شلون احنا نقول دير بالك؟ That dog is going to bite you. هذا الفرق بين الليترال phrasal verb والإديوماتيك. الليترال هو حرفي والإديوماتيك مصطلح أو فد كلام رمزي. رمزي أو العفو مجازي قصدي مجازي. We will take other examples. Phrasal verbs are phrases that indicate actions. They are phrases that indicate actions. Example of such verbs. هنا بعض الأمثلة. Turn down. هذا phrasal verb. Come across. Run into. So turn down. Come across, run into. These are all phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs consist تتضمن a verb and a preposition or an adverb. Phrasal verbs consist of a verb and a preposition, verb and a preposition or an adverb. Literal meaning. Literal meaning المعنى الحرفي of phrasal verbs. مثل ما ذكرت قبل قليل some phrasal verbs have a literal meaning. Some phrasal verbs have a literal meaning. They can be easily understood. معنى literal meaning المعنى الحرفي إنه أنت رأسا راح يصير ببساطة عليك تفتهم الجملة. They can be easily understood. For example, she opened the door and looked outside. It is easily understood. She opened the door فتحت الباب and looked outside ونظرت إلى الخارج. هذا المعنى الحرفي الصحيح الإيزي. She was walking across the street when she heard the sound of an explosion. Explosion هنا معناها انفجار. She was walking across the street when she heard the sound of of an explosion. هاي هم walking across معنى حرفي literal meaning and can be easily understood. رأسا من تسمعها تفتهم الجملة. Okay. idiomatic meaning التعبير المجازي أو المعنى المجازي. Phrasal verbs can have also a figurative or idiomatic meaning. A figurative or idiomatic meaning نفس الكلمة نفس المعنى figurative or idiomatic meaning which makes them difficult to understand. هنا أنا شوية من الصعوبة واحد يفهمها لازم يعرف إنه هاي an idiomatic يعني تعبير مجازي phrasal verb تعبير مجازي. For example can you put me up for tonight. تلاحظون هذا هنا الفريزل verb أكو في وسطهم غير كلمة. هسه بعد شوية إن شاء الله نأتي على شرح هذا الموضوع. Can you put me up for tonight. هنا هي put up الidiomatic meaning الidiomatic phrasal verb مو put me up هي فقط put up لكن هذا separable هسه بعد شوية نجي عليه منفصل. هذا phrasal verb منفصل عن idiomatic phrasal verb اللي هو هنا منفصل. Can you put me up for tonight. What is the meaning of put up in this question? The phrasal verb اللي هي put up here does not mean to build. put up here يعني ماكو تعبير حرفي إنه بناء يبني. put up does not mean to build as in putting a fence up مثل بناء حائط أو سياج as in putting a fence up. It is however an idiomatic or a figurative meaning إنه هو تعبير مجازي أو معنى مجازي. فشنو معنى هنا ال put up in this question? Can you put me up for tonight? It means to let someone stay in your house. It means to let someone stay in your house يعني توافق أنه أحد somebody or someone stays in your house يبقى في بيتك. فهنا معنى كلمة in this question can you put me up for tonight. Put up here means letting someone to stay in your house. Separable or inseparable يعني منفصل أو غير منفصل. A separable phrasal verb or an inseparable phrasal verb هنا معناها منفصل أو غير منفصل. Sometimes the preposition or adverb is placed either after the verb or after the object. نعيدها. Sometimes the preposition adverb is placed either after the verb بعد الفعل preposition or adverb حرف الجر أو الظرف is placed يا أما يأتي after the verb بعد الفعل or after the object or بعد الobject مفعول به. Examples Mary made up a really entertaining story. Mary made up a really entertaining story. Okay. Mary made the story up. Mary made the story up. تلاحظون هو هنا الobject. فال preposition here is after the object. And the preposition here is after the verb. So, I will read it again. Sometimes the preposition or adverb is placed either after the verb or after the object. Here in the first example, Mary made up a really entertaining story. Here, up is a preposition, so it is after the verb made. Here, Mary made the story up. You can see it is separable, منفصلة. Here it is inseparable, غير منفصلة. Here, made up, منفصلة, separable. So, the preposition here is after the object, is placed after the object. Made up here is separable phrasal verb. If the object is a pronoun, however, the preposition adverb or adverb has to be placed after the pronoun. Where? should it be placed after the pronoun or the object? Examples. She made it up. She made it up. Here is it is the pronoun. She made it up. So it is placed after the pronoun. Here up is placed after the pronoun it. She made it up. So the preposition here is placed after the pronoun. Put it down. So the phrasal verb here is put down. But when there is a pronoun, the preposition of the phrasal verb is placed after the pronoun. Put it down. And also take off is the phrasal verb. Take off. When there is a pronoun, the preposition is placed after the pronoun. So it becomes take it off. We cannot say take off it. We say take it off. And also we cannot say made up it or put down it or take off it. This is wrong. These are the correct sentences. She made it up, put it down, take it off. Here you can see that these prepositions has been placed after the pronoun. Some phrasal verbs are always inseparable. Some بعض الphrasal verbs are always دائما غير منفصلة. بعضها الphrasal verb تأتي دائما غير منفصلة. For example, I came across some old photos in a drawer. Came across cannot be a separable phrase verb. It is important. انتبهوا طلاب. Came across is always inseparable phrasal verb. You cannot say I came some old photos across in a drawer. It is wrong. It is inseparable. So the phrasal verb came across is always inseparable. دائما هاي الكلمتين تأتي غير منفصلة. دائما تأتي وحدة ورا الثانية. Came across. It is always inseparable. Came across دائما تأتي غير منفصلة. Inseparable. Literal or idiomatic. Literal or idiomatic. In these pairs of sentences, one meaning of the phrasal verb is literal and the other is idiomatic. Say which is which. So number one, A and B. One of them, A or B, one of them is literal and the other is idiomatic. You can see from the meaning of the sentence. A, number one, A. The plane has just taken off. The plane has just taken off. Okay. طبعا of course the plane taken off is an idiomatic phrasal verb. شنو taken off the plane? It is an idiomatic phrasal verb. لكن number B, please take off your coat and sit down. It is understood. يعني من أحد يقول لك take off your coat and sit down. رأسا راح تفتهم إنه لازم تخلع المعطف and sit down. it is understood. So it is a literal phrasal verb. يعني معنى حرفي للphrasal verb. Number 2. A. Oh no, the lights have gone out again. The lights have gone out again. ما معقولة lights gone out خرجت. فأكيد it is an idiomatic phrasal verb. It cannot be understood easily from the sentence. It is an idiomatic تعبير معنى مجازي for this sentence. If you go out, هنا go out كلش مفهومة هنا. it is an literal phrasal verb. Take an umbrella, it's going to rain. If you go out عندما تخرج it is understood. This sentence is understood. So it is a literal phrasal verb. معناها إنه المعنى حرفي. So the number 2A is idiomatic phrasal verb and B is a literal phrasal verb. Number 3A. On the phone. Hello, hello. I can't hear you. I think we've been cut off. Cut off. You see here the phrasal verb cut off. It is not understood from the sentence. What is the meaning of I can't hear you, I think we've been cut off؟ ما معقولة يعني قطعونا. فإذا أكيد it is an idiomatic phrasal verb. التعبير مجازي. It means the line cut off. It means the line has been cut off. انقطع الخط. B. She cut off a big piece of meat and put it in the pot. It is here the phrasal verb is understood. She cut off. قطعت a big piece of meat. قطعت قطعة كبيرة من اللحم and put it in the pot. ووضعتها في القدر. فإذا this is a literal phrasal verb. Cut off here a literal يعني معنى حرفي تفهمه من معنى الجملة من الجملة نفسها. Number 4. A. She looked up and smiled. She looked up and smiled. Here the sentence is understood. She looked up and smiled يعني رفعت عينها أو رفعت رأسها and smiled وابتسمت. فإذا this is a literal phrasal verb. Literal here المعنى حرفي. The sentence is understood. I looked up B. I looked up the word in the dictionary. Here looked up the word in the dictionary. You can see that somehow the sentence is not understood by some people. I looked up the word. Look up the word where? In the dictionary. So it is an idiomatic phrasal verb. Looked up here, it is an idiomatic phrasal verb يعني المعنى مجازي. Number 5. A. Can you pick up my pen for me? It's under your chair. Here it is a literal phrasal verb because the sentence or the question is you can understand it. Can you pick up my pen for me? Pick up التقط القلم the pen for me. فمعنى هنا هي literal phrasal verb. Pick up here is a literal phrasal verb. B. I picked up some Italian when I was working in Rome. Picked up some Italian. أكيد التعبير هنا idiomatic تعبير مجازي. شنو معنى picked up التقط إيطالي؟ فأكيد التعبير هنا مجازي. It is an idiomatic phrasal verb. So pick up here in A is a literal phrasal verb and picked up here in B is an idiomatic phrasal verb. Separable or inseparable. منفصلة أو غير منفصلة. Here as is it a separable phrasal verb or inseparable phrasal verb? Replace the word in italics with a pronoun. The words in italics with a pronoun. Number 1. He turned on the light. He turned it on. هنا تستخدمون الفريزل verbs تشوفوها ممكن بالجملة ترهم separable or inseparable على السلايدات السابقة اللي اعطيتكم اياها اللي هي ممكن تعرفوها من الجمل. He turned on the light. So we replace the words in italics with a pronoun. Here the light is placed with the pronoun it. I'm looking for my glasses. My glasses here is in italics. So I'm looking for them. Them is the pronoun which is in instead of the word my glasses. Number 3. She's taking off her boots. She's taking off. تلاحظون انه هنا بالجملة الأولى turn on هو هذا الفريزل verb. لكن من ضفنا it الضمير اللي مثل قبل شوية ذكرنا من اكو ضمير pronoun يصير preposition after the pronoun مثل ما قبل شوية ذكرت بالسلايدات السابقة. He turned it on. I'm looking for. Look for. It is a phrasal verb here. My glasses. So I'm looking for them. I'm looking for them. She's taking off her boots. Here, her boots is in italics. So you say she's taking off them. She's taking off them. He took up golf. Took up, here is the phrasal verb golf, when he retired. He took up golf when he retired. Took up, here is the phrasal verb. He took up it when he retired. Or the correct one is he took it up, he took it up when he retired. He took it up. It is instead of golf. He took it up. The preposition came after the pronoun it. He took it up when he retired. I get on well with my parents. My parents here is in italics. Get on is the phrasal verb. I get on well with my parents becomes, we use a pronoun instead of the words in italics. I get on well with them. I get on well with them. Number 6, I came across the ad. I came across the ad. Came across, you see here it is, as I said before, it is always inseparable. دائما came across الphrasal verb came across دائما غير منفصلة. I came across the ad becomes, the ad here, the word in italic, so we must replace it with a pronoun. I came across it. I came across it. Number 7, I looked up the words in my dictionary. Look up here is the phrasal verb, and the words here is in italics. So I say, I looked up them in my dictionary. I looked up them in my dictionary. The waiter took away the dirty plates. Took away here is a phrasal verb, and the dirty plates is in italics, must be replaced with a pronoun. The waiter took away them. Or it is correct also to say, or it is best to say, the waiter took them away. The waiter took them away. And also you can say here, I looked them up. I looked them up in my dictionary. And here it is also correct to say the waiter took them away. Took them away. The waiter took them away. Verbs with two particles. You have verbs with two particles. Complete each pairs of sentences below with one of the phrasal verb from the box. يعني هنا number 1 عندنا جملتين. الجملتين ممكن ترهم عليها one of these phrasal verbs. Number 1, how do you طلاب أنا هنا كتبت لكم إياها بالبوكس الإجابة الصحيحة. How do you manage to put up with the noise from your neighbors? How do you manage to put up with the noise from your neighbors? And also, most parents won't put up with the bad behavior from their children. Now, put up with يعني tolerate يعني يتحمل. How do you manage to put up with the noise of your neighbors? And also correct for most parents won't put up with bad behavior from their children. Number 2, مثل ما قلت لكم هنا put up with means tolerate يعني يتحمل. Number 2, I'm broke. I have to come up with an idea for making money. And also we need to come up with a solution to this problem. هنا come up with means find. So when you say I'm broke, I have to find an idea for making money. We need to find a solution to this problem. So here come up with means find. Has the photocopier run out of paper again? Has the photocopier run out of paper again? Run out of paper again? The children always run out of school as soon as the bell rings. So, in the first sentence, has the photocopier run out of paper again? Means the photocopier يعني جهاز الاستنساخ finished supply. It has finished. Run out of paper. Has finished paper. And the children always run out of school as soon as the bell rings. دائما الأطفال run out of school يركضون يطلعون من المدرسة as soon as the bell rings. So here it is a literal meaning in the second sentence. How well, number 4. How well do you get on with your colleagues? Our teacher told us to get on with our work. Our work quietly. So, in the first sentence, how well do you get on with your colleagues means having a good relation. Are you having a good relationship with your colleagues? Get on with means in the first sentence good relationship with your colleagues مع زملائك. يعني هل توجد علاقة جيدة مع زملائك. And the second one, our teacher told us to get on with our work quietly. Here the second sentence, get on with means continue doing our work. Continue doing. Number 5, she's looking forward to going on holiday. She's looking forward to going on holiday, and we are looking forward to meeting you very much. So in these two sentences, the meaning of looking forward to means anticipating with pleasure. يعني احنا دا ننتظر بفرح او يعني الشيء الجيد، دا ننتظر شيء جيد او نتوقع شيء جيد. She's looking forward to going on holiday. She's anticipating with pleasure بفرح، انه هي دا تنتظر بفرح on going on holiday. And we're looking forward to meeting you very much. We are anticipating meeting you very much. We are anticipating يعني احنا دا ننتظر بسعادة أو بفرح meeting you very much. Thank you.